Besides separate electorates for the Muslims, representation in excess of the strength of their population was accorded to the Muslims. Also, the income qualification for Muslim voters was kept lower than that for Hindus. Powers of legislatures, both at the center and in provinces, were enlarged, and the legislatures could now pass resolutions, which may or may not be accepted, ask questions and supplementaries, vote separate items in the budget, though the budget as a whole could not be voted upon. One Indian was to be appointed to the Viceroy's Executive Council. Satyendra Sinha was the first Indian to be appointed in 1909. Evaluation: the reforms of 1909 afforded no answer to the Indian political problem. Lord Morley made it clear that colonial self-government, as demanded by the Congress, was not suitable for India, and he was against the introduction of parliamentary or responsible government in India. He said, if it could be said that this chapter of reforms led directly or indirectly to the establishment of a parliamentary system in India, I, for one, would have nothing at all to do with it. The constitutional reforms were, in fact, aimed at dividing the nationalist ranks by confusing the moderates and at checking the growth of unity among Indians through the obnoxious instrument of separate electorates. The government aimed at rallying the moderates and the Muslims against the rising tide of nationalism. The officials and the Muslim leaders often talked of the entire community when they talked of the separate electorates, but in reality it meant the appeasement of just a small section of the Muslim elite. Besides, the system of election was too indirect, and it gave the impression of infiltration of legislators through a number of sieves. And, while parliamentary forms were introduced, no responsibility was conceded, which sometimes led to thoughtless and irresponsible criticism of the government. Only some members like Gokhale put to constructive use the opportunity to debate in the councils by demanding universal primary education, attacking repressive policies, and drawing attention to the plight of indentured labor and Indian workers in South Africa. What the reforms of 1909 gave to the people of the country was a shadow rather than substance. The people had demanded self-government, but what they were given was benevolent despotism. Summary: why militant nationalism grew. 1. Realization that the true nature of British rule was exploitative, and that the British India government, instead of conceding more, was taking away even what existed. 2. Growth of self-confidence and self-respect. 3. Impact of growth of education, increase in awareness and unemployment. 4. International influences and events which demolished the myth of white European supremacy. These included emergence of Japan, an Asian country, as an industrial power, Abyssinia's Ethiopia, victory over Italy. Boer Wars, 1899–1902, in which the British faced reverses. Japan's victory over Russia, 1905. Nationalist movements worldwide. 5. Reaction to increasing westernization. 6. Dissatisfaction with the achievements as well as the methods of the moderates. 7. Reactionary policies of Curzon such as the Calcutta Corporation Act, 1899, the Official Secrets Act, 1904, the Indian Universities Act, 1904, and Partition of Bengal, 1905. 8. Existence of a militant school of thought. 9. Emergence of a trained leadership. The extremist ideology. I. Hatred for foreign rule. 2. Belief in the capacity of the masses. 3. Swarajya as goal. 4. Advocacy of direct political action and self-sacrifice. The Swadeshi and boycott movement began as a reaction to partition of Bengal, which became known in 1903, was formally announced in July 1905 and came into force in October 1905. The motive behind partition was to weaken Bengal, which was the nerve center of Indian nationalist activity, The official reason given for the partition was that Bengal had become too big to administer, which was true to some extent. Asterisk moderate-led anti-partition movement, May 1903, was under Surendranath Banerjee, K.K. Mitra, Prithvishchandra Ray. Methods included public meetings, petitions, memoranda, propaganda through newspapers and pamphlets. Asterisk the movement under extremists, August 1905, was led by Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lajpat Rai, Aurobindo Ghosh. Methods included boycott of foreign cloth and other goods, public meetings and processions, forming corps of volunteers or samitis, use of traditional popular festivals and melas for propaganda, emphasis on self-reliance or Atma Shakti, launching program of Swadeshi or national education, Swadeshi or indigenous enterprises, initiating new trends in Indian painting, songs, poetry, pioneering research in science and later calling for boycott of schools, colleges, councils, government service, etc. Extremists took over because of the failure of the moderates to achieve positive results, divisive tactics of governments of both Bengals, severe government repression. Extent of mass participation, students, women, certain sections of Zmindari, labor, some lower middle and middle classes in towns and cities participated for the first time, while the Muslims generally kept away. Annulment of partition mainly to curb the menace of revolutionary terrorism. Why Swadeshi movement fizzled out by 1908 severe government repression. Lack of effective organization and a disciplined focus. With arrest deportation of all leaders, the movement left leaderless. Split in nationalist ranks. Narrow social base. Achievements a leap forward, because hitherto untouched sections participated, major trends of later movement emerged, richness of the movement extended to culture, science, and literature, people educated in bolder form of politics, colonial hegemony undermined. Major cause of moderate extremist split at Surat, 1907. Moderates wanted to restrict the boycott movement to Bengal and to a boycott of foreign cloth and liquor. Extremists wanted to take the movement to all parts of the country and include within its ambit all forms of association with the government through a boycott of schools, colleges, law courts, legislative councils, government service, municipalities, etc. Government Acts for Repression of Swadeshi Movement Seditious Meetings Act, 1907, Criminal Law Amendment Act, 1908, Indian Newspapers, Incitement to Offences Act, 1908, Explosive Substances Act, 1908, Indian Press Act, 1910. Morlamento reforms number of elected members in imperial and provincial legislative councils increased, elected non-officials still in minority. Non-officials to be elected indirectly, thus elections introduced for the first time. Separate electorates introduced for Muslims. Legislatures could pass resolutions, ask questions and supplementaries, vote separate items of the budget. One Indian to be on Viceroy's Executive Council. Aimed at dividing the nationalist ranks and at rallying the moderates and the Muslims to the government's side. No responsibility entrusted to legislators. This resulted in thoughtless criticism sometimes. System of election was too indirect.